Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on my channel. I'm sorry I haven't been posting for a while. I've been very busy with school, but now I finally have some free time to be able to record and post for you guys. So, I have made some, for this video, I have made some previous videos talking about MrBeast and how he's getting cancelled and all the allegations against him. And I wanted to make a follow-up video because I told you guys in my last video about MrBeast that I would make a follow-up video about a month or two in advance. So it's been a month or two since I made that video, and I want to follow up on it. So I want to stay on my word. So over here, we can go on his channel, but I'm not going to go here first. First, I'm going to go over here. This is something that I've been noticing, myself. So I did the calculations. I made a small bar graph or like separately, and a lot of people have been making videos about this too. He's losing subscribers and views, and I'll talk about that in a second. So my bar graph, I basically measured every MrBeast video before these allegations. I'm talking about Chris Tyson, him abusing his workers, unsafe work conditions, the whole thing. So when that was happening, his viewership, his viewer count and stuff like that, and before that happened, his viewer count. And people have been making the same exact videos about that. So, and my graph shows that his viewership has been going down tremendously, almost half. So, first of all, his subscribers, right? He gains, with my calculations, and you can confirm this with yourself too, he gains between 80 to 100 million subscribers every year ever since 1 or 2 years ago, which is a crazy number. It's closer to the 100 millions mark, and he's been on a 330 million for a while, a couple months, and now he's finally on 340 million. So we can do the math here. If he gains 100 million subscribers in 12 months, he would gain 50 million in 6 months, and he would gain about, 20 million in 3 months, give or take. And it's been around 3 or 4 months since these allegations about him mistreating his workers and stuff like that, and it's been almost 6 months when with the Chris Tyson allegations occurring. So it's been a good deal. I think I made a video in June or July talking about this. So it's been 6-7 months, and he's only gained about maybe a maximum of 20 million subscribers. All right, so just let that sink in. He gains 50 million subscribers every 6 months. All right, and I made a video in July or June talking about this thing, and also some videos later on in newer months. And I have personally been noticing that for the past 3-4 months, ever since August, he's been on 330, not here, but 330 million. 1 week I'll check, it'll say 330 million. The next week I'll check, still say 330 million. And, a couple weeks later, about a month later, it says 331 million. And then later it'll say 335 million. Every month or so, he gains a couple million. So in around 3 to 4 months, he's gained 10 million, which is half the amount that he usually gains. So if he would gain 25 million subscribers every 3 months, which is insane, he's getting less than half of that. He's gaining around 10. He gained so little. I remember it was the end of August or early September, and he was on 330 million subscribers, and he's only gained 10 million since then, compared to him gaining 25 to 30 million before he was getting canceled. So his subscriber count has been going down. Here's the thing, and this video over here has been talking about it. I recommend you go watch this guy, video creator. He made a very good video. Basically, what he said is, he's losing subscribers. That's correct. But he's gaining more subscribers than losing them. He's gaining more subscribers faster, but he is losing a tremendous amount of subscribers. So if, for example, before he got canceled, he would gain 100 million a year, right? Let's just say a maximum of 5 million people unsubscribed throughout that year. I'm just making broader numbers, bigger numbers, just to round up to make this as simple as possible. So he gained 100 million, he lost 5 million. So he gained around 95 million subscribers that year. Let's pretend this was 2023, January 1st to January 1st, 2024. 95 million subscribers, all right? So he gained that much in 1 year, and he lost that 5 million. So now he's probably, I think it's pretty much even. I think he's gaining around 60% subscribers and then losing 40%. So throughout this year, he's probably gained around 60 million subscribers right before he got canceled. Or not canceled, but, called out, allegations against him. And then ever since then, he's been losing subscribers. So he's lost 40 million by the end of 2024. So that's why this number doesn't move that much. Because in that 3-month period where it only went up 10 million subscribers, he lost like 50 million. And a bunch more subscribed to keep this number from dropping down substantially. So we never saw him lose subscribers. We just saw him like freeze at it because young kids, people who don't know about these allegations and stuff, like 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds who are watching him, they subscribe without knowing about this stuff. So they're basically evening out or like leveling out the amount of unsubscribing people and the amount of subscribing people. So that's why it took a long time for him to actually gain more subscribers, because he was just frozen, basically gaining very little each day because of how many people were unsubscribing and how many people were subscribing to keep that number from, staying level. And then after this video that he posted, his Beast Games video, obviously more people subscribed than unsubscribed, so he gained a little bit more. It was a little bit noticeable, right? But he's losing a lot. And over here, I didn't know this before, but this was like 3 months old, or about 3 months old, almost 4 months old by the time I'm making this video. But he faces a 54-page lawsuit that this video also talks about. It's about MrBeast is kind of creating unsafe work environments, like that kind of stuff. Over here, 500 million fans, a multi-million dollar personal fortune, and a global business empire. It's a huge lawsuit. It's a very huge lawsuit. A lot of people are talking about it and everything like that. And I really don't think he's made that much of an apology yet. I read this whole article, and it was basically talking about, like, if he does apologize, he won't be the first YouTuber who's apologized about these big things, because Logan Paul and James Charles and all these other YouTubers have made big apologies. And even a streamer, we all know him, Dr. Disrespect, he got canceled. But they have all made apology videos, and then that was it, right? But he hasn't made any, according to this article, he hasn't made any apology videos. And that just kind of shows you're guilty if you don't address the allegations. And I've said this exact phrase in my other videos. If these allegations are wrong, which they're not, but let's just say if they were wrong, you would try to come out to the audience and say, hey, this is wrong, don't believe that, here's proof. But he hasn't been doing that, it just further just confirms the allegations, since he's not responding to it. If he did respond to it, even if they were true, which they are, like I said, and he respond to it and apologize, that would make it slightly better. But him not responding just makes people more upset and disappointed, because we already know the allegations are true. Let's go back to a year ago. So he would gain roughly 250 to 300 million views per video. Now, these videos are older. Did they have more time to gain views? Yes. But it's not that much of a huge time difference. It's only a year. He gained maybe 10, 15 million views extra in that year. But calculating these videos, average is around 250 to 300 million views. Because this is like 450 million, almost 3 million, 200 million, 400 million, 400 million, 250, 300, and then we go over here, 220, 250, 290 million. It's around 250 to 300 million. And then we just keep going up a little bit, keep looking. There's a lot of very popular videos, 350 million views, right? And then we get a little bit, just a little bit more, closer to around here. It starts going down to about 150 to 200 million views. We have 140 million here, 138 here, 186, so around 200 million views, maybe 150 million, right? There are, these huge videos. This video is actually the 50 YouTubers fight for $1 million is right before a lot of more allegations occurred, including the Chris Tyson allegations, I should say. So after this video, we're going to see a lot more substantial, viewership loss. Like he's going to lose a lot more views from this point on, and we already see it a little bit here because the views were slightly, the allegations were slightly surfacing when this video was posted. So right before here is actually where things started to like really go downhill. 265 million views down to 159 million views. That's a 100 million view loss between these two videos. Now this video did good, but then after that video, you can kind of see right here. You can literally see it. Let me go down here a little bit. 258, 158, 200 million, 260 million, 300 million, 200, almost 250 million, and then 275 million, 327 million, 350 million, right? Then we go over here past this point. 245, normal. 135, not that normal compared to his other videos. 145, 129, 120. See how much lower it went? It just halved itself. Over here, 170, 190. And this video is only famous because it has, the most famous person in the world on it. But if, besides this video, it's around 150 million. So it went from 250 million to 300 million, down to about 150 million to 200 million, down to roughly 150 million, right? And when I made those other videos, these videos that have close to 150 million views, they were around 75 million, and these other videos were still around their 250 million, 300 million mark. So these videos didn't really increase in viewerships to keep this, so I can actually keep this this chart as accurate as possible. So these views that you see here are pretty much the exact same amount of views he would get before he was canceled, or the allegations, I should say. So these, remember these. And then after this video is when the viewership started to go down. And I actually remember it. These were around 75 to 80 million views, and one of them was 100 million views. The rest of them, the difference is crazy. And you can see the rest of them over here. It went from here down to 120. It went down a lot. And like I said, to keep this graph as accurate as possible, basically picture this. We go down to about 11 months ago, 10 months ago, right? Averaging around 250 to 300 million views, and these numbers stayed the same. They didn't really go up. So to keep that accurate. But these ones, however, even though they say 100, 120, 130, these had time to increase because they're recent, right? But when I made the videos, these videos were still around 250, 300 million views. But these videos were around 75 million views, and they were pretty, I don't want to say recent, but a couple weeks old. These 4-month-old videos were a couple weeks old, and they were only 75 million views. Compared to before these allegations, he would get 75 million views in 2 days, but then now he was getting it in a week. So it went from around, to make it as simple as possible, he would gain I don't know, let's say a pretty good video, not an incredibly amazing video, but a pretty good video on MrBeast standards. He would gain I don't know, 100 million views in less than a week, and some of them were actually 150 million views in less than a week. And then after this video, 50 YouTubers fight for $1 million, he would gain about 50 million views per video each week. So it went down not even by half. It went down by 2/3. So it got divided by 3. That's how crazy his viewership loss was. And see, now these are gaining a little bit more, but it's it's a lot less than what it was before. So his viewership in some videos, like the ones where it was like a pretty normal video, no special guests, those viewerships almost like got divided by 3. And then the videos with special guests like Ronaldo got close to halved in viewership. 170, 300 million, 320, like these videos over here, like this one right there. So it got halved. So people are unsubscribing and not watching his videos anymore. So he's losing subscribers and viewership. And my guess is that, there's so many people who are subscribed to him. At one point, he will literally show signs of losing subscribers. Like, for example, it'll say 340 in a week. That's how, it just keeps unsubscribing and unsubscribing. So he's losing a lot of views and subscribers. And, he hasn't made any formal addressing, he hasn't formally addressed these allegations and stuff like that. And I'm guessing that the people who are still watching him are too young to know what this is, or too old to follow this kind of social media thing, like investigating YouTubers and stuff like that. So, but the vast majority of his viewers, teenager to early 20s, 30s, maybe 40s, they're unsubscribing and they're not watching his videos anymore. And all of these videos over here talk about that really well. But yeah, so this is my follow-up that I promised you guys I would talk about between 1 and 3 months in the future, which is now. He's lost a lot of viewers and lost a lot of subscribers, and it's only going to go down from here. I'm probably not going to make another video about this. I might, and if I do, I'll just continue this video. I'll just talk about how much more he's lost and stuff like that. Unless he made an apology, then I would talk about that. But if the way things are going, I'm just going to talk about, how it's going in the future. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this video down in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.